Relax.
I cheat once, you get a cheater. Alright, take it easy. I'm gonna get you back real smooth, please.
Open communication. Y'all gotta learn to respect one another and have conversations when you do disagree. Welcome to another episode of Practice Starts Monday. I'm your humble and gracious host, Check One, and we are here with a special guest by the name of
Hi, my name is Yenny.
Yenny. What? All right, so you really have to set the standard high
What do you mean?
because Destiny, she did some damage in here.
I'm perfect.
She did
I love
some
it.
damage in here.
I'm
I was
here to
like,
clean
wow,
up.
Okay, I like the energy. It's gonna be really good. Now, what we got on the dock today?
Talking about double standards, why do you think women complain about double standards so much if they benefit from it most?
Why they complain is a hard question. I wouldn't know. I'm not a woman. However, should they complain? Not even a little bit. Majority of life's double standards apply to women. And if you play your cards right, you can have a really easy life. If you do the right things, you know the right people, look a certain way, act a certain way. I think for men, the biggest double standard that applies to us is being able to sleep with multiple women and not being looked at any kind of way. Outside of that, you kind of got to work for everything you get. I don't know too many attractive men that have done nothing with their lives and are living lavish because they're attractive. Because even modeling is a job. You know what I'm saying? You don't just wake up, I'm attractive, and a woman comes and saves you. Like, oh my God, you know what? I've been working for the last 40 years. You're 21. I'm going to take care of you because you are just that attractive to me. Why do they complain?
I think it's in our nature to complain.
Fair to say.
I think we women, we learn to complain because we're not really complaining. We're just letting... I feel like forever we were programmed to let, our spouse know how we could make it work. What can work better? Since I feel like the beginning of time, women have had this kind of housewife, standard. So men, they already focus, like back in the day, they're already focused on, okay, I already did my job as a man. Mm-hmm. I worked and I made the money. When you come home, there's another job, which is your wife.
Yes.
So we know that because if we don't say anything, the man is just going to be like, okay, whatever, where's dinner? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we complain, honey, I need the oven to work or, whatever. So I think in a way we've been programmed to complain. That's just an opinion. I'm not saying that's completely factual. Mm-hmm. Now, I think complaining is a perspective as well because if you look at maybe psychology, complaining could just be a alert system. It could just be like, hey, I need this.
Yeah.
So you see it as, oh, that person is complaining, but I'm just not satisfied with my own self.
Okay. So if I could minimize it for you, right?
Yeah.
Well, I've had conversations with women where they're upset at the fact that men do get to sleep with multiple women and they can't sleep with multiple men and be looked at the same way. To me, that's a complaint. Yeah, it's a double standard, but that one actually applies to us.
That's a double standard, yeah. I think that there's such a silver lining to this because we live in a generation where, and I was asked this question before, now we we don't really complain. Now women mostly complain to each other, and we're doing. Now we have a voice, we have more rights, we have more accessibility to certain things. So now we're doing, and we're kind of just, we're not allowing the men to have that kind of power. Again, I don't know, it's like, everything has changed.
Definitely has.
A lot has changed from back then, and I think we're all kind of learning this new ground because, you know, apparently I was asked this before. Someone told me that we are the reason why we don't have rights, or we are the reason why we've been oppressed for so long, and it's because in the 1800s they did a test on all women to see if we wanted to have rights, and most of them said no. That was the 1800s. 1800s meaning, so you're talking about from the beginning of life to the 1800s. Now you ask us, hey, do you guys want the responsibility? After all that time, I think that women obviously said no because we're like, okay, we don't know how to do this.
Yeah.
Now we're in a different generation where we're like, okay, we have the right to do something. So now I feel like everything is kind of changing in terms of complaining. Now, there's also a certain amount of environmental standard, because I know in different places where you live, it's kind of equal. You know what I'm saying? In terms of like here, the lifestyle here is very
Competitive.
competitive.
Yes, I would know. I've been there all my life.
Very competitive, where it's like men, they boost their ego, like you said, by having multiple women. Women now boost their ego by having all the attention and being able to say, okay, and it's almost like reverse psychology. It almost doesn't work because
It doesn't work.
because men will be with different women, but they all of them know they're just looking for the one. Women know they're the one for somebody, have all these options, won't take them all. Some girls do, whatever, everybody's different. Some girls do take them all. But essentially, it doesn't work out because of the mindset that the man has. Because he's being with multiple women, boosting his ego. Girls are boosting their ego by saying, oh, okay, I got options, so you're just an option for me.
Yeah.
So I think that, I think that us learning this, I don't know, I feel like there's still things that need to happen in history for us to understand our environment, our actual true environment with technology, because technology has also altered our perception of reality. Guys will see girls, oh, she has 1 million followers, 1 million likes.
That's a no-go.
They see that as a prize,
That's a
but
no-go.
also they see that as, oh, that is a dead end,
It is.
you know?
I can tell you exactly why they feel that way as well. Social media has created this world for us where your following is now currency. So that's technically, quote unquote, a high valued woman.
Right.
Ultimately, if I shoot my shot via DM, what are the chances she's going to see my message? I'm probably Lord knows how many out of that 1 million. She's probably not going to even see the message because there are that many people. So it's not even like I can understand being competitive for the woman that you want. I don't mind that. But it has to be realistic.
Yeah,
You know
it
what I'm
has to
saying?
be realistic.
Yeah, a woman with 1 million followers, that's not realistic for you to have.
I
Especially
don't
if you don't even have that to back it. Like if she sees something and you don't got a blue check next to it, she probably, oh, yeah, this is a waste of time. He's not even where he needs to be with me.
Blue checks are the worst, actually.
Given, but what I'm saying is they have some kind of standard.
Yeah, for sure.
They
have the attention.
They have a say in the world of social media. So with a woman with 1 million followers, 9 times out of 10, she's probably gonna have a blue check if she does the right things, and she's probably gonna only want men with a blue check. I think the problem that we're facing as a society is not that we don't understand what's going on now. It's just that it doesn't
What's
fucking
real?
work. It
What's
doesn't
real?
work. Right? And the reality of it is this. The reason this system doesn't work is because chivalry and independency don't coexist. They can't live under the same roof. So women are saying, hey, we want to be independent. We're doing these things. Okay, cool. Don't look to me to pay the check as your man. That means you are equal to me. We do the same amount of work. We put in the same thing. Chivalry says, you know what? Because you're not equal to me, I give you special privileges and I do more.
Exactly. That's
Women
very
are saying,
true.
you know what? I want both. I want to
Right.
be able to make the bag,
We're
but
getting
spend
spoiled.
your fucking money. What? How does that make sense for me?
Yeah.
Logic. No matter how much money I make, that logically does not make any sense for me at all. It's such a one-sided deal.
Yeah.
And so now you have these women carrying around this narrative where, and it's promoted in musics and magazines and all kind of things where women are looking at you like,
Programming
hey,
us.
I'm going to go out, make my own money. I want you to do the same, make either the same thing I'm making or more. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to spend your money, though.
Yes.
That's it. And I'm supposed to be like, oh, great. You know what? You're still giving me pussy. This is great.
Right. Yeah.
Why would I sign a deal like that when pussy is so easily accessible?
Right.
For what? Like, at this point in my life, I do fairly well for myself. It is by far and given everybody's situation isn't the same, but having sex with a woman now it's so simple. And it's like,
It's too easy.
yeah, why would I pay for this when
It's way too easy.
it's like a free sample.
It's
Have
really
you been
bad.
to the food court at the mall and they give you a free sample? Can you imagine?
Yes.
Hold on, give me a second.
We are all at the
let me give you
food
20 for
court.
that. And you're like, what the fuck?
We
it's
are
free. It's a free sample. Now, how much it costs, bro? It's free, bro.
But you know what? Let me tell you something. You said that we're battling those two things, chivalry and what did you say?
Independency.
Independency. We are also battling reality and social media. We're battling reality and social media, meaning that we're battling a real world and a fake
Yep,
world.
I agree.
And we don't know which is real because the fake world sometimes goes in and says, hey, this is the real world. And the real world will show itself in the fake world, meaning, for example, Only in Dade and Lifestyle Miami. A lot of those things, and I follow both of them. They're cool. But they promote a lot of just horrible things from Florida, like crashes and
Yeah.
the shooting that just
follow a few of
happened.
those- I follow those pages.
What about the art in Wynwood?
Yeah.
What about the people? There's nothing about the people.
agree.
Everything. So it's like people from outside of our state call us crazy because they call Florida
I ain't gonna
crazy.
lie, we kind of fucked up down
We
here.
kind of fucked up, and people say that, but we actually there's actually a lot of really well-rounded
Individuals,
that ruin it for us because now we are stereotyped as, oh, you must be crazy, oh, you must have a sugar daddy, oh, you must be a scammer or whatever it is, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just this battle between reality and non-reality, which is social media, is actually ruining everything, I think. And I think that it all starts with you looking at yourself. Social media, iPhone, everything is about looking out. Everything is about finding something. And you're gonna laugh, but I was just reenacting this. But in the club,
Okay.
when you're in the club, what are you doing? I've been to the club plenty of times, okay? It doesn't matter if there was a celebrity, a birthday, it doesn't matter. When I look at my surroundings, I see people, they're always looking. They're always searching, especially. And they're drinking and they're waiting for their favorite song to come on. Then they turn up for 2 seconds. You know, they take a shot. Woo!
Right back
They
to
post
their
it on
phone.
their...
Yep.
They're actually miserable, forcing themselves to have a good time. They're battling themselves, which means they don't know what they like. Loneliness is a perception, meaning loneliness doesn't exist. We are born by ourselves alone. We die alone. We do not take anything from this world with us. So loneliness just is a alert of telling you, hey, you're not happy with yourself. You're not happy being by yourself. So I feel like people are just not reflecting into them. That's why social media is ruining everything, because you're looking out. You're seeing things which are moments and realities or things that are not real.
Who would you say are the major consumers of social media?
The major consumers,
Yeah.
meaning the people
Who's
that
spending
profit
most time
most
on there.
So
Either men or women.
like
To make it black and
gender.
white, yeah.
I've seen both.
No, given.
I've
There's
seen both.
always.
Like, for example, there are a million IG models now. I started modeling when I was in 2017 when nobody was doing it. And I wasn't confident in myself. I was just like, I'm going to do it because I like to act.
Yeah.
But photography was kind of like a gateway to getting into acting. So I did photography and I actually loved it. But I've seen, for example, a lot of YouTube channels where it's a bunch of men. Okay, I have to keep up with the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So they'll live that lifestyle
Yeah.
because now they
Definitely.
have to. So I think, no, for sure, I think both people are benefiting from being consumers. But I think the people that are actually winning, or the people that are actually winning, are the people that are in charge of the background of it. Because it's all about statistics.
Given.
They carry all the information. They're learning about what we like, what to push in the social media app or not. And they're all getting paid for this. They're all also learning things about us we don't know. Because
I agree.
we signed the rights. Like I said, iPhone is not iPhone. I think actually Apple got in trouble once. I saw this somewhere. I don't remember. But I do remember going through this in real life, where you would be talking to your homegirl, you would be looking up something, and then you see the ad on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah.
And then you kept seeing it, and then you kept seeing it. And they got in trouble for that.
So a lot of people that's doing that now. Google and all them boys are on that wave. But I think what I was looking for is just, and I agree, I think both parties benefit from social media and they use it at an excessive rate.
Excessive.
However, women control that narrative. As far as, and I get there's people in the background. I know that, but we don't have any access to those people.
Because of
Yeah.
aesthetics. Because of aesthetics.
Exactly. Social media is
Aesthetics.
catered to women. Women
And
are,
it's all about looks on
Exactly.
social media, for sure.
Women are 80% of social media, believe it or not.
Yeah, it's true. I
Without
agree.
them, there would probably be no social media. Because honestly, yeah, I get it. There are men that live there where it's like that's how they make their money, their skits, or whatever the fuck they're doing.
Right, but they can't just pose a picture.
Exactly. And like,
I mean, there are there are men that have been
given.
successful, whatever, but I think it's all about consistency as well. But regardless, yes, it comes with a certain amount of personality. Women can essentially just pose a picture and not have no personality, which is all about
Be that
Instagram,
motherfucker.
and get 1 million followers and have a blue check.
Right? Social media, I mean, OnlyFans is technically social media.
Yeah.
There are successful men on there.
Yeah,
We all
I know one of them.
We all know who the platform is made for. Where the
Yeah.
money, the real money is being made. Like I've met a few girls that do OnlyFans, and they showed me bank statements and all kind of shit. And I'm like, you're making money by doing what? Yeah, I don't even get naked. You
Anything.
don't do. What do
Yeah.
you mean you don't get naked? I
Yeah.
walk around in bra and panties, bend over a little bit. What? And I'm like, yo, this is fucking unbelievable.
OnlyFans is like, I feel like social media now, OnlyFans, because people call Instagram the new Tinder. It's like the biggest Tinder. You know, it's people obviously mingle on there, but I think we're living in a real day like porn.
Yeah, real life porn.
There's back then, why do adult video stores exist? Because back then,
Yeah, you had to
you
go-
couldn't
yeah.
access porn anywhere. You couldn't go on, search the channel and put some porn real quick, and then
Yeah.
when your kids come home, then you turn it off.
Yeah, change shit.
No, that didn't
I used
exist.
to have my remote on last when I was a kid. I put it on Nickelodeon and
Just switch between cartoons and people fucking.
Oh my God.
I had to get it in. What
As
else
soon as
was I
you hear the
supposed to
key
do?
in the door, you're like, fuck that.
Yeah, yep.
But
They walk in.
now, porn is accessible anywhere.
Yeah, and real
soft
life too.
porn, IG. You could honestly find real porn on Twitter.
You can find real porn
Twitter
in real
is
life, though.
crazy,
Yeah,
and in
Twitter's
real life, yeah.
A whole different situation on Twitter. But real life, women are like your real estate, and what makes you valuable, believe it or not, is the way you look.
Yeah.
It's a sad thing to say for some people, but what makes me valuable to you is what I can provide and protect. Because if I can't do
Yeah,
that,
stability.
Yeah, if I can't do that for you, you're gonna look like who gives a fuck, right?
Do you feel like that's a double standard in itself? Is just life in general?
As far as what? What do you mean?
What you just said.
Do I feel like that's a double standard? No.
Yeah. I mean, like, is life a double standard when it comes
Yeah,
to
I mean,
men and women?
from a general sense, life is a double standard, and it applies to you in certain times, and sometimes it don't. And I just have this issue where I hate when people complain about double standards, because when it applies to you, you don't say anything. You're having your cake and eating it too. So it's like you have a conversation about going back to men fucking women, right? And there's women's like, oh, that's the worst thing in the world because I want to do the same thing and whatever. I'm like, okay, all right. When you're in line at a club, right? If you're attractive enough, there's probably gonna be somebody walk out of that club and pick you, Come inside. Free of charge.
Yeah, no
Y'all probably
problem.
gonna go inside. There's gonna be a group of niggas in a section, and they gonna start picking on you. Come up here.
Mm-hmm.
You come up here. You gonna party your ass off, drink for free, probably eat for free, and just go the fuck home.
Yeah.
No commitment to anybody.
Yeah.
And that's a privilege of being attractive.
Yes.
Right? But not
Men
once.
men don't go through
Right?
that.
Not
it's
once
so true.
in life have I ever been in line at a club, and that's mind you, I've seen
No matter
women
how
in
good
line,
looking of
right?
a man you are, it doesn't
Be a
matter.
fucking
It's
model.
very true.
You still paying whatever that cover charge is, my boy. But never have I ever seen a group of women that are attractive say, "Wait, you're taking us in for free? All the unattractive women need to come with us." Never. You're never gonna do
Yeah.
that. You're gonna sit back and enjoy this double standard. 'Cause you're like, well, y'all should have been more pretty.
Me, it's the survival of the fittest, or right now, survival of the best looking.
Exactly. So it's like these things apply to us. When it's not your fucking turn, sit back and accept the fact that it's not your turn. That's just what it is. I hate having to go back and forth about how different men and women are. No, you can't go sleep with 20 different niggas and me sleep with 20 different women and us be the same. It's not, unfortunately.
Actually, I want to say something. Naturally, as a woman, we can't. We literally, our area parts are very sensitive. It sucks for us to say that because I've had many conversations with my girlfriends and we're like, "Ugh, you know, that's not fair. These guys can do all these things and they don't get pregnant. They don't get yeast infections. They don't get UTIs. They don't get this. They don't get that. We do. And I think with great power comes great responsibility.
A wise man once said so. Shout out Uncle Ben.
Which, you know what, and I'm not down talking myself, I'm just honestly just saying what I know is true. Naturally, it just doesn't work out. I have never been in a situation where if I wanted to thought it out and do my thing and I was good. No, there was always problems. There was always problems, and I wake up the next morning and I'm like, and I'm talking about all types of problems. You already know. We like I said, great power comes with great responsibility. We have the chance to get pregnant, a chance to get a yeast infection, a chance to get an STD. Men do too, but we are
much higher rate.
Naturally, our bodies are filters. We are wombs. We're chambers. We can't just, like men do. And we have periods too. So it's like, I think that. And I won't even, honestly, I am a very real person.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not even gonna not lie about this. I will admit I have played a part into essentially, selling something that is not really me for money. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, everybody has their moments.
And I have realized over time it just naturally doesn't work out for me for a reason. Because I'm not really meant to do all those things. Even if I do these things and I go and I try to have, if I try to hot girl summer it out, right?
Good luck.
I'm not happy. And men too, y'all already know this. Y'all are not happy either, but we as
there's some of
women,
us that
we
do
have a
enjoy that
risk.
space.
There is a difference between a man going and sleeping with 20 women. If I sleep with 20 men, I have a higher chance of getting pregnant.
Yeah.
Now I have to deal with the baby daddy, and that's just,
That's an animal within
or
itself.
you already know the other option.
Yeah.
So with that being said, that we're naturally not allowed to be that loose. And in this generation, girls, I think that, but as well, it comes with being, I feel us as being a female oppressed on being able to do certain things. Now we get to do certain things, so we're all like Megan Thee Stallion, you know what I'm saying? Megan Thee Stallion it out, but it naturally doesn't work out.
That's, I think,
And it
men
sucks, but it's
oppressed at
true.
some point in time for set of reasons. And maybe you didn't understand it or agree with it, but it was everything is done for a reason, right? Hey, you know what? I'm going to tell my daughter, don't sleep around, right? It's from a young woman.
Yeah.
Don't sleep around. As she gets older, I'll layer it for her, so because you can't just feed her everything at once, right?
And you can't force her to not do it. You have to
give
let
it.
her learn her own lesson.
All I can do is give you the information. I can't
Force
don't
you.
be around
When you
boys.
force it,
It's like, no.
they want it more.
Yeah. All I can do is layer it out for you. The decision is yours. But I will tell you the consequences. However, everything was done for a reason. There's a reason why they were like, no, don't do this to yourself. First and foremost, how us men view women that do sleep around. I don't care how attractive you are. If I find out you have a certain body count, and mind you, most women lie about it, you no longer become attractive to me. I don't. What is it that they say? A lock that's opened by many keys is a poor lock, and a key that opens many locks is a master key. That's the reality of fucking
Wow,
life.
that's very powerful.
That's the reality of fucking life. I didn't
Yeah.
create it. I just know how this shit fucking works. This narrative of trying to, for women to, given you have this space to do it, but why try to be me? You're you for a reason.
Yeah.
Bask in that. Embrace the fact that, I'm a woman. You have your own kind of power. I know any great man in history, his downfall was always a woman. Because
Yeah.
he got too open, too vulnerable, and she did what she needed to do.
Most of the violence comes from relationships.
True shit. The fact of the matter is, no matter how frustrated a woman makes me, I'm never gonna be like, you know what, I'm gonna start acting like a woman now because of that. I'm gonna be as prissy and sensual, seductive, and sensitive because they don't know how to do it.
You don't want to be sensual, Chuck?
Oh, wait, hold on. You know what? Stop playing with me, bro. Stop playing with me. But it's just like, I don't understand the mission. It's
Yeah.
like, you meet a woman and she talks like you, and it's like,
Some people give up.
yeah.
Some people give up and experiment, and that's what the generation that we live in. We experiment a lot.
And I'm just like,
Kind of not it.
all these years, it's for you to refer to in life. There's nothing wrong with trying to create your own journey, but there's certain things that are ironclad. There's certain things just concrete, and you need to follow it. Because here's the consequences if you don't. For women in particular, the whole narrative of being this masculine, independent person is never going to work out for you. That guy that you think you're going to get, he doesn't want you. No man that makes a certain amount of money wants a woman there. Why? Because it takes masculine traits to make that kind of money. You don't pick up this bag by being this soft person. No, business is fucking cutthroat, and you need to pick that up in order to make it. So if I'm making $100,000 a year, and she's making the same thing, she carries the same traits as me, which are masculine traits. I don't want to date another guy. So that's why
Because you're competing with your partner now.
It's like, that's why it's like, no, I don't mind going to McDonald's and getting the girl that's in the drive-thru.
Unless some people, and this is where I talk about self-reflecting,
Mm-hmm.
there's also influence. We live in a very influential
yes. That's very
generation. Whatever you see, oh, well, damn, these people are happy, so I got to do that.
It's
You
all
force
a
yourself into...
facade. That's the craziest
That's
thing.
why I love these podcasts, because we're talking about reality. And I don't mind saying my weaknesses. I don't mind. I actually want people to see I'm not perfect. I can fuck up. I can make mistakes. I'm not perfect. You guys respectfully may see me sometimes somewhere I'm not supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? But that's
I can
where
respect the honesty here, man.
no, but it's true. People aren't people. At least for me, speaking for myself, people stereotype me all the time. You know how many people have told me, "Oh, well, you're rich, so you can afford it." I'm literally looking at them and I'm like, it's not that I'm not rich in life, but in my standard, am I rich? No, I'm not. I'm a normal human being. I don't have to explain why I'm where I'm at or why I'm whatever. It doesn't matter. But regardless, that stereotype is learned. It's social media that has been learning and teaching us. And this is the thing, too. We're living in a generation where we're kind of like getting everybody's, opinions around us.
And there's no
Back
right and
then, we didn't really, the only opinions that we had were local opinions because we couldn't talk to Sandy across the country and ask her for her opinion about something. No, we lived in a generation where the media, the government was able to control what we saw, what we got influence from. And I'm not gonna lie, in a certain point, it was healthy because of porn, because sex right now is the main thing of everything. And I feel like people are starting to kind of, okay, this is not it. I honestly feel like people are starting to, people are overdoing it to a point where it's like, okay, this is not it. But it's also scary because what happens as a human being, we're programmed to always want more. So when you overdo something, what happens? You start experimenting and start going into the South, doing things that it's not healthy for a human being to be.
Like Dubai and get shitted on and shit. It's kind of weird, but hey, man.
It's crazy. So I really, like I said, I'm not afraid to speak and talk about what I struggle with, my weaknesses, because I don't want men to view me as perfect. I'm not perfect. I struggle, but I will say I'm a great person. I have great intentions, and I'm self-growing. And those are my goals. Now, can I speak for other people? No, because in the end of the day, I don't club every day. People think that I do that all the time. Oh, Yenny's always on a boat. Not really. Like, y'all really think, these promoters
Outside.
are multiplying. These promoters, I got a yacht, Mr. Jones, this, that. You gotta come, like, it's gonna be amazing. I literally got offered this a million times every day. It's not amazing anymore.
Yep.
So I will tell you, unless I'm getting paid, and then they're, Yenny only wants money. Well, I mean, having a good time, I love myself. I'm not lonely. I could be in my room, look at myself in the mirror, and laugh with myself, But
shit.
I want to influence people to do that for themselves.
So maybe you can you can join me on this journey to enlighten women for the rest of the year.
Yes.
Maybe
Well,
that's
I
better.
know, not just enlighten women, enlighten men too, because men are becoming more depressed. They feel like, damn, the most beautiful woman of my dreams, right, is the worst person ever.
Yeah.
And we've become more smart in manipulating you guys, and you guys give us, I feel like guys give me the key to learn how to manipulate you.
Yeah.
Because I have so many of them. And then, but it's just, that's what I'm saying. It's a clash between reality and no reality. One thing that I always said is, for example, the meta world,
Metaverse, yeah.
meta world. First of all, where is there a miracle in there? Miracles cannot happen in there.
I mean,
It's a virtual world.
Yeah.
You cannot have, there's no miracle. Someone's dying, okay,
Yeah.
if get HP from a tree,
I see
here you
what
go.
mean. Yeah, that
Or
shit.
God. There's no
There's no
God
God in the metaverse,
in a
yeah.
metaverse. Which means what? That means that we're actually being programmed to live in our mind, looking out, not looking in. We're always searching to please others, to gain something, when little do we know, we gotta please ourselves first. And that doesn't mean I wanna eat more, I wanna, no, that means spiritually, with your life, with whatever you believe in, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
As long as you're feeding your brain like
Positive.
healthy, positive things, and not filling your brain every day with random shit that means nothing,
I agree.
Oh, I was my bad. I was gonna get back to the double standard thing. I wanted to touch on one more subject before we exit out.
Yeah.
How are we doing on time?
The question was that I asked Destiny and Burns, how do we feel about girls' trips versus guys' trips? Is it something that, is it the same
It's not the
situation
same.
for both of us? Or
Trips,
is it,
like, what do you mean?
if me and you and Destiny all go on a cruise or something like that, and then...
Oh, okay, so us girls as
Right.
collectively, how do we feel? And then guys.
Right, is it like...
But if it's together, what happens?
Is it a double standard as far as, are the women going out to, just have fun and whatever?
I don't personally believe in girl trips. I don't believe they're the same at all. Reason being is because it's a playground for disaster. Reason I say that is a group of girls go out anywhere in the world, honestly, where there will be men, you will be pursued. If it's reversed, I would have to do the pursuing. So no matter where I go, if I want to get to whatever attractive woman, I got to go and, hey, how's it going? You could sit in a dark corner. Somebody's going to come find you. It's the reality of it. And women, I believe, have that tendency. Okay, I don't want to be this person every day. So this is the time I'm going to do it. Because I get this one opportunity a year or whatever the fucking case may be. I'm gonna fuck some. I'm gonna fuck some because I get to do this and I'm assuming.
And
my
I'm with my
secret-
girls, so
I'm
we're
with my girl.
good.
Yeah, so
They
ain't
gonna
nobody-
back me up.
Exactly. I think differently for guys. If a guy's gonna cheat on his woman, he's not gonna wait for a trip to do so. He's not gonna be like, I'm gonna be a good nigga all fucking year, guy trip comes up at the end of the year, I'm gonna fuck some shit up.
I agree.
It doesn't work that way. If
Unfortunately.
he cheated on that guy trip, he's been fucking cheating on you. But women don't operate. They'll
agree.
wait the whole year and be a good motherfucker to you. You fuck
Damn.
around and pay the damn trip, and well, she get it in because she know I just get to go back home to you. My secret stays where in Cabo and in Mexico and shit because bitches love to cheat in Mexico, and it's the truth. Speaking from experience, right?
Oh.
The fact of the matter is,
He buttered.
I've been on multiple guy trips in a relationship and outside of a relationship, and a group of girls has always been the easiest to infiltrate. Always, it never fails. Even if it's just one girl that's with the shits, she can influence her friends,
Okay, I agree.
and it's like I've seen it's crazy. Married, engaged, boyfriend, kids. I know a girl that was pregnant, literally. And we side by side. I didn't know she was freshly. She was I think 2 months or something like that. She told me. I didn't know she was pregnant. But I'm pouring up drinks. Hey, what you want to drink? She's like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, we having a good time. What do you mean?
Right.
She's like, I can't drink. I'm like, are you religious or something? Like, is something I'm missing? She was like, no, I can't drink. And I was like, oh, wow.
No way.
Out of curiosity, where's the baby daddy? Oh, he's at home. Y'all together? Mm-hmm. This is a very hostile environment. There's a lot of guys here. Everybody's on one. And it's clear what everybody wants. You sure you want to be here? Especially with me. I don't play with my food. If I approach you and you give me the opportunity, I'm going to let my intentions be known so there's no confusion. Hey, listen, I think you're great, you're attractive, but I do want to be physical. If that's
Right.
something you can get with, let me know now.
You're a respectable man,
Yeah,
thank God.
If you can't get with that, it was nice knowing you. Sorry, I was under the wrong impression.
That conversation usually never happens.
Given, but
They just do it.
and I can tell you why guys do that because
They're scared. They don't want.
They don't wanna ruin
They
their
don't want to.
chances.
Yeah, they don't want to. They're gonna
Yeah.
be like, if I can't get it, I'm gonna force it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do whatever.
And
I
it's gonna
can.
happen because
Given.
girls get flustered or
Exactly.
whatever.
Some women are just they don't deal with that kind of pressure, so they just give in.
Yeah,
And
right.
But me personally, I do believe in karma.
Thank God.
I do believe in soul ties as well. I believe a man can sleep with a lot of women and still have a positive a stamp on his soul, but it has to be consensual between him and that woman.
Okay.
So I'll let you know, hey, this is what I want. Do you want it just as bad as I do? And if you do, let's come together. And if you don't, I never want to have to persuade you to sleep ever. If I got to do anything extra, I don't want it.
that you don't want to do.
Yeah,
Yes, of
it's
course.
like, hey, I don't mind courting you in that space or whatever, make you feel special, but I want to know that you want it as well. I don't want to have to force it. If I have to, I'm sorry, this is not working out.
No,
for me.
yeah.
I'm thinking about it too much now.
Yeah,
now it doesn't
no,
flow,
yeah.
and I'm liable.
You don't even
not
know what to do
get hard
anymore, yeah.
I'm not- nah. But going back to what I was saying, it's women are very calculated.
Yeah.
They're not gonna cheat at home too close. I'm like, niggas would fucking bum on the side of the street if they could, honestly. Men fuck anything. But the reality is, girls' trips are designed strictly for bitches to fuck something and not be judged and not have that consequence follow them. Because what are the chances you see this person again? Highly unlikely.
Honestly, that is a good point. Even though me personally, I've never went through that. I find girls' trips as being safe. I find it, and I think that's where there's a silver lining between cheating and not cheating and that means that just, again, energy doesn't lie. Mm-hmm. So if you're in an unhappy relationship, you're going to push that girl's trip to cheat, which is so funny. But for me, I find it, for example, I was in an unhappy relationship and I was like, okay, fuck it. Not that I can't, because I've never been in a relationship where a man told me I can't go out with whoever. I know who I am. I know what I bring to the table. Yeah. If I want you and I love you, I want you and I love you. I know all the attention I can get, but that doesn't matter. That just goes with trust. If you have trust issues, that's you, not me. Okay, cool. But for me, I saw girl trips as, okay, I get to be safe. I'm with a bunch of girls, so I get, and not just girls I don't know, girls trip for me are girls that I do know. Mind you, all my friends right now, this is me speaking for myself, are essentially married. They have kids. They're about to have a kid. They're about to get married. They've been in a long relationship, whatever. So I surround myself with people that actually value their relationships. That's another thing that is not taught. It's something that you just have to go through. I was fortunate to go through that. My sister, she is 4 years younger than me. She, her and her boyfriend met in acting class because we all did acting class together, and she knew him for years before she dated him. Now she's been dating him for 4 years with no problem with her first relationship. And it's crazy because we live in a generation where that doesn't necessarily, that's not common anymore. Me, speaking for myself, I've been dating and not dating forever since 2014.
You're still trying to find
and
that
I'm
balance.
and I'm like, damn girl, like
how the fuck you
had
doing?
but you know what, there's just certain things that can't that you, it's not even that you have to do, but you leave no room for failure. You know what I'm saying? For example, when you talk to somebody for years or for a long time, for months, there are other people that just can't do it. I can't talk to you for months because it's not successful. I feel like I'm wasting my time. I've talked to you for months and then you drop
there's no
me.
patience.
Right. So there's no patience. But for my sister, it worked perfectly.
I think those relationships typically do last longer and they turn out to be
They
better.
do, because in the end of the day, if you're friends with somebody, y'all can still do whatever. It's not exclusive.
Many
Meaning,
women
if I
can.
like you, but you're still I can't tell you not to do anything because I'm your friend. When you're with your friends,
I got a question here. Well,
Yeah, say it, say
a
it.
statement.
Uh-huh.
I don't believe men and women can be friends. I know this is a little sidebar. We're a little off topic, but the reason I believe that is it's never a dead end on both streets. It's either he wants something from you, but he's not man enough to say that, and he doesn't want to ruin whatever you guys got going on, or the woman wants something from him. An example I give people that they're like, they can't understand the logic is like, okay, if we're friends, right? Me and I, we're friends, right? Someone comes to Nye and says,
for
hey,
how long though? Because that matters too.
5 years. You can put any number on there, right? 5 years. Knowing each other for a long
That
time.
matters. But okay,
Right?
keep going.
Someone comes to Nye and says, hey, let's say I leave the room. If you ever got the chance, like if you got the chance to rob him, would you? And I was like, of course I would. Is that really my friend?
No,
And
of
that's
course
the thing,
not.
the conversations guys have amongst each other because we're not comfortable with saying these kind of things to women.
Of course.
Is those conversations in particular where
Yeah.
I've seen guys like, that's my best friend. We this. I talked to her. I know her boyfriend. Yeah. Fuck all that. But let me ask you this though. Like, hey, if she do that, what you do? What am I supposed to do exactly? You can't. If it's not strictly platonic, even if the opportunity presents itself, it's not a real friendship, in my personal opinion. You should never have any motive or be open to anything happening. Men are not designed this way, especially if you're attractive. If you're ugly, maybe we could bend the rules a little bit. But for the most part, men are not being friends with unattractive women. I don't know a guy that's like, oh, she's unattractive, let me be her friend. No. We're friends with attractive women. So it's like, bro, I get it, the picture you're trying to paint to make her comfortable. But at some point, you got to show your true colors. You got to show your cards to everybody.
Yeah,
Hey, listen,
energy doesn't lie,
I'm
for
trying to
sure.
fuck with you. I know I was your friend for all these years, but if you ever give me the chance, unfortunately you didn't. Now I got to do this shit, but what am I supposed to do here? And it typically goes down in fucking shambles after a while because he can't keep up that character for too long.
Yeah.
Some guys go 5-6 years being this person for that woman, and then year 7, I really want to be with you. And she's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I get
We've been
you.
friends for the last 7
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
And what he really wants to say is, I've been wanting to fuck with you since year 1, since the day I met you, but I couldn't come out and say it because I didn't want to ruin my connection with you. I didn't want to lose you entirely because someone was like, yo, if you can't be my friend, I don't want to fuck with you at all. And it's like, oh, man, I don't want to do that. I still want her around. I still want her presence, her energy, her voice, whatever the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my little
So
TED talk.
I have a little, and we'll end this.
Yeah.
I actually have had friends for over 10 years. I've had my friends confess their love to me. And it's actually really funny, but I think that a true friendship is about self-control. Because the reason why men say, oh, men and women can't be best friends is because naturally, if a man loves a woman so much, friendship-wise, it could easily turn into true love, right? But it all has to do with self-control. If I have been in a friendship with a friend who I naturally grew like just a natural relationship, meaning I spent hours with this guy and he never tried anything, was respectful towards me, never anything, even after 10 years later, he'll go, listen, I was in love with you forever. If I don't have self-control, because obviously I have not, and that's the thing. It's all about self-control. Usually, I mean, it could happen. Women will fall in love with a man, but naturally it's a man falls in love with a woman and takes his time to confess his love.
8 times out of 10.
Whatever.
Yep.
Regardless, it's all about self-control. Women, we have to just be real and be like, look, I love you, but you know what this is. You know what I'm saying? And that's self-control. The women that give in and are like, you know what, maybe we should, you're not a real friend. You know what I'm saying? Only because, for example, if he was in a relationship with somebody else, confessing his love to you, and then you go and say, well, you know what, then you're a snake. You know what I'm saying? And we're teaching each other to be this way. But I'm speaking for myself. I have had many friends for years. I even had a friend who I met. People thought we were going to be together. Even people called me a lesbian in high school because I would not date a guy in high school because I was so focused on my acting in my school. And people were like, yo, Yenny, like, why are you dating any guys? Like, this is the dating century, whatever. I'm like, I don't care, whatever. Years later, 10 years later, my friend that I've known since I started high school confessed, his love, whatever, but he was getting married, which is crazy, right?
Get that off his conscience. He couldn't live
Right,
like that.
he couldn't. And you know what? Why? Because I trust him enough to let him know I understand, but we're friends. And that's my self-control. If I've rocked with you for 7 years and you've held your ground, your dick, whatever the fuck you call it.
That's a tough fucking job,
And
bro.
then I tell you, it is a tough job. And I tell you, you know what? I love you. I really do. But you're not for me. If you end our friendship, you are a expert, like you're an expert liar. And there are people that are willing to do that as well. There are guys that are willing to rock with you for 10 plus years, and then if you reject them once, I'm done with you. But they always come back. They always come back. So you know what? It's all about self-control from both parties. Self-control, you gotta have self-control. People are so selfish, they're so lustful. They wanna feel better about themselves to say, damn, I know this person has been wanting me for this long.
Need that.
In the end of the day, it's a moment. It's like a laughter. It's like a joke. I tell you a really good joke, knock, knock, whatever, we laugh. You're not going to think about this knock, knock joke for years. You know what I'm saying?
Possibility.
I mean, if it's really good, then you're going to be telling everybody else. But regardless, it's true. It's like self-control. We live in a generation that there's no self-control. We teach each other, you know what? If you feel it, do it. Yeah. No. We have to learn to tell ourselves no.
On that note, thank you, Yenny, for coming.
Thank you.
It's nice to have you.
Thank you, Jack, for coming. It's nice to have you too.
Let me wrap this thing up.
Well, I'm
Yes.
your humble and gracious host, Check One.
More
It was an
episodes to come.
absolute pleasure. An absolute pleasure. You were wonderful. We out here.